Well, good morning, everyone. Sorry for the long hiatus. It's been about a little over a month. But as you can see, been kind of standing on a bigger driveway. We built a runabout, or we had someone build it. It just, we couldn't work on cars for a while. But anyways, we went to CMI March Mayhem, about 2 weeks ago with this car. I don't know if I showed you this, that the new things now is, it's now got a hood exit instead of a downpipe. We went to CMI from the last video when we went 11.0. So, we were trying to make it to, trying to get the car in the 10s before we do some more improvements to it to see how far stock LS VTEC, basically it's stock internals LS VTEC. Small eBay turbo. It's not even the GT30 3582R or 8532R. I'm early in the morning, sorry. Or it's not even, So we noticed when we looked at the log, injectors were about 100% duty cycle in some part of the RPM. So we wanted to fix that. Little mistake on our part when we dynoed it. Fuel pressure got overlooked. It was set at 50 psi. It got overlooked, and basically we just kept adding fuel to it. So realized that the injectors were maxed out. We also figured out a way to get more than 15 pounds of boost, as you can see in the last run, but it just wasn't having it. So on this first one, you can see that the car almost died, or actually did die, during a burnout. At that point we knew something was wrong. We were trying to figure out. We thought it was a sensor issue, like the map sensor again, because this thing had map sensor problem. So we thought it was that. It wasn't that. So we made another pass. Mind you, we looked. I guess it doesn't data log on burnout or two-step. It does, but it's all hard to read, I guess. So anyways, on this next pass, you can see that the car falls flat on its face when you take off, and then picks up and goes. See, so it took us a while to look at the log and figured that it was just running way too rich at the beginning, at two-step and at burnout. It was actually running so rich at the line that it was bogging the engine down. It was falling out the plugs. My bad, I forgot. So we did change the map a little bit. We added 60 psi and turned down the duty cycle. So during the pass it was 11. AFR was at like 11 something. So we never kind of doubted that it was running too rich. It just, one point my son just figured out that it's running rich. I think he just looked over the gauge while he was doing a burnout or at the two-step, and he realized he was falling lower than 10. So what we did was reset it and put the 11.0 tune, knowing that we knew that one ran well, just the injectors were maxed out. So we put that in, made a pass, but as you can see, yeah, broken axle. So we went back to the pits, fixed it real quick. We fixed it, lined up again. When he lined up again, he made a pass. I think he pulled a 12 something, but he said instead of going into third, he accidentally went into fifth. I guess if you're gonna go in the wrong gear, that's the best way to do it, instead of going lower. So he lined up, he basically just hot lapped it, put it back in line. And that last pass, you can see here. So on that last pass, he ran an 11.7. It was doing good at the start. 60 foot was okay. I believe 60 foot was 1.7 or 1.6. He said in third gear, the car saw 17 pounds of boost and started to sputter. It was probably just running lean, so I think he let off, or he might have stayed on it because he still ran at 11.7. So after that, we're like, you know what? That's it. We're done for the day. All this mishap. We don't want to come home with a hole on the engine. So what's next for this? Well, we are gonna do some changes. My son's, we're almost ready to build the other engine, which is gonna be forged internals. I don't know if we're gonna try to take this out one more time just to see if we can hit 10s on this setup. If not, then we'll probably finish the other engine, third down. He does needs to weld in the cage. We already have the cage for it. You just gotta put it in, I guess. So yeah, and then last Wednesday we took the Green Integra. We were trying the slicks, the 24.5, to see if that would work on it, and we tried to ram, the big ram horn. So, but that also had problems, as you can see on this pass. So basically all night long he was doing that. He couldn't get any down gears, which is second and fourth gear. It upshifts fine. If you hear the video, you can hear him, touch the rev limiter and goes in third gear, but then second, fourth gear, it just doesn't want to go in. So we made 3 passes and figured, you know what, let's just call it a day before we break something else. So we packed up, went home. Since we got home early enough, my son went to go check out what's going on. We suspected shift cables, either the shift cables, the shifter. We don't think it's the clutch because you can go in third fine. I don't think it's the synchro because usually synchro you grind, you start to grind gears first. So, and this is what he found. Okay, I guess I'll add. So this is what happened to my son's, K-swap shifter. I guess it was rubbing on one of the dash bracket underneath. I'm assuming like one of these guys right here. I think he wrapped this up in rubber, and he wrapped this up in rubber. Probably should have just cut it. He was gonna cut it, but we had a misunderstanding on where it was rubbing. I told him don't cut it, so just protected it. So yeah, this right here prevented him from grabbing second and fourth. It goes in, but you can't power shift it, you can't rush it. You're just gonna have to clutch it, let the RPM drop, and slowly put it in gear, which is no good for racing, or if you're trying to. He was trying to, you know, see if he can do a personal best. So after 3 tries, he knew he wasn't gonna get that, so we just ended the day early. So anyways, yeah. So he found the shifter cable. Basically, it was rubbing against something like a sharp object inside, and it just cut the insulation raw. And I guess when you try to pull on the shift, second and fourth gear, the cable just stretch. So luckily we have a spare one, the one that was gonna go on the EG. So he went ahead and put that in. Yeah, so we'll probably be there this Wednesday, but I'm pretty sure by the time you're watching this, Wednesday has already passed. I did run into a subscriber or someone who watches the video, so that was kind of cool. Nice talking to you. Sorry, you know, we couldn't really chat more, but we were kind of trying to figure out what was going on with the car. But yeah, anyways, there's those 2 updates. The next video, you'll be seeing this. Yeah, this is another EK. It's a friend of mine. We're gonna go ahead and it's getting a JDM Type R, swap, 5-lug conversion. I think he's bringing an exhaust too. I'm not sure, but man, you won't believe how much those JDM Type R swap goes for nowadays. Wow, they've doubled in price. So yeah, I told him for the price we probably could have case swapped it, but he wants to build a period correct car. So yeah, stay tuned. This will be the next video. Actually, as soon as I'm done finishing filming this one, I'm gonna pull this in and we're gonna start on it. All right, till next time.